Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Today is Tuesday, September the 19th, 2023, and I'm looking at this awesome number 57 Manhunter Wonder Soul kit. Now, I say awesome before I've even opened it or built it because all the number 57 kits are fantastic. There's one or two which could be a little bit better, but they all are amazing. So well engineered and designed, especially these Manhunter sets here. I recently reviewed the bear one, which is awesome. The frog ones are great. The shark ones are great too. Now we've got fish again inside this mech suit. So on the side, we can see, look at some of these poses you can make. And it's got articulated fingers as well. Looks fantastic. You can open up the little hatch and there's the fish inside. So you can actually put other figures in there with a bit of a creative cutting perhaps. Artwork again on the side. This side we see it again, and I believe they come with some different hands, like a deep sea submersible suit claw hand as well. Nothing on the back. Very, very cool. Let's have a quick open up and see if there is anything inside here that shows the claw hand. Oh, there we go. Claw hand confirmed. That there is part of the claw. I'm guessing that's the other side. That one I'm not sure. So that is good to know that we have that option in there too. Doesn't appear to be that huge amount of sprues. Oh, this looks new. Check this out. We get a postcard. We get the shark in its sort of transform mode. I'll put a link in the top right for the shark. Really, really good. And we've got the fish there. And they are both working in my same team universe. Obviously it's in theirs as well. With some other action figures, not kits as well. Awesome, that is new. I do like that. I should not be sending any of my 3 of these away. One of the same leather boxes, but I do think that's a great looking card. In fact, let me quickly look in another box and see if the card is the same. If they've got different ones, that'd be pretty cool too, because that's a nice piece of artwork. So, box number 2. Do I get the same card? It's the same card again. And look in box number 3 quickly, because we do want to know. Do we get the same card again? I'm sure it's going to be the same card, but I'm going to check, and you guys will know. Yeah, same card again. Very cool. Now, I usually build these on time-lapse, and you guys can watch. But today, unfortunately, I should not be doing time-lapse, because I am going to be building all 3 at the same time. And I won't do it in one day. I'll do it over 3, 4, 5 days. Maybe get to the weekend and finish it, because it's going to take a lot longer to do. So when you next come back, this will be built with the 3 of them, because I've got 3 different heads. Then if I really like them, I might buy another 2 or 3 again. As also, I like to build them, because I have a lot of sets I've got. I've built one, haven't built the others, and obviously the boxes take up far more space than the actual finished product. So by building 3, I can get rid of 2 of the boxes and keep the others in the remaining box. So that's the plan. Okay, when I come back, we'll have a look at this kit in its 3 forms, in its finished state. I'll have some with the hands, some with maybe one of the claws on it and whatnot. Some variations in there. We get a better idea what everything looks like. So I'll be back in an instant for you guys. Stay tuned. Back in an instant. And here they are. Now, I did this over the course of a few days. First day I completed the body, the next day did the top part and the other sort of connections to it. And then I did the arms, which are very frustrating in places. Then I did the crutch piece, then the arms, then the legs, and then the alternate arms, and done. Arms are frustrating because depending on which arm, the fist arms with the articulated fingers are frustrating. And I'll go for that in the, well, now actually, because here you've got an example. Here is their fist arm, very nice. These rubber tubes are so hard to put in and stay in. I mean, you could glue it in. I think I've glued this one in. Yeah, I've glued that one in. Don't glue the top one in if you can, because they change over from one of these hands to like one of the other hands. You have to unplug. These don't plug into this other part or into the bottom part here. So you're going to glue to the arm here, but not into the upper shoulder part. Annoying because of that. And then the fingers, very nicely designed, but the instructions aren't totally clear, and I think they might actually be a bit wrong in places, Because when I follow the instructions, the fingers still pop off when you articulate. We'll look at articulation in a moment. And you can see you can actually do the bird with the finger. You can give the I don't like you finger up as well, which is pretty cool with the finger. So let's get a close look. We'll go through the standard first. So standard is with both hands the same. It comes with 3 different coloured fish, and the same 3 fish again in black and white. So you can see he's got done a fist there. He's got his open hand. It's pretty nicely done. Lots of nice features on this. In fact, you don't really need to. You can paint it if you wanted to, but I think I have to paint a few of the parts to make it pop and it look fantastic. And these little rubber parts I'm talking about here do look nice, but they are just so hard to put in. Very cool. And then with the alternate arms, this has got 1 arm of each. It actually doesn't matter which side you put them on. You can swap them around from side to side, you know. So those arms there, pretty cool. And then this one, you can see that I've put this hand on the other side, and he's got a standard hand the other way. So features, you can open the little cockpit part. Now that background part there is a slide and help strengthen it. You could, in theory, cut that out and put a very small figure in there. I'm thinking maybe some of the new Archicore, not the current ones, the not armored ones, when they come out, you could possibly make something like this where they fit in, which would look absolutely amazing. Just depends how small they can sit down. Something I might consider, but I'm tempted to get another one of these for parts. You do get a spare parts because you get the spare arms for each of them, you know, left and right and whatnot. So this opens up. Other articulation, nothing on the backpack. The arms are all the way around. They're on a ball, so you do get a roll in and a roll out. You get a decent lateral raise for a ball. It doesn't go 90 degrees. One thing to watch out, the tubes. I think this one's I've glued both sides. Maybe you get really tight in the bicep bend. You come back the other way, and it will stay in place if you glued it. You should get a swivel because it's on the ball. Just watch out for the rubber pipe coming out. That's why if you want to keep this on, it's best to glue it at least in this side, because that side doesn't need to come out, but this side does. You want to change the hands over. It's a ball on the wrist, so you get the articulation all directions. And then if you look, you have got 1, 2, 3 joints on the fingers, so you've got really highly articulated fingers here, so you can get quite flat on the fingers. You can then curl around again, and you can curl around again. So look at that. And then a thumb is just 1 joint here and then another joint there, but that first joint is on a semi ball and it can turn too. So it's very, very cool. So they can actually hold stuff, which is really quite cool. Just those joints do pop off, and you can't glue them. You need to get them to stay in place. There is a ball on the midsection, but you'll get limited left and right. But turning is great. Up and down is not so great. Hips are a ball again, but is limited on the outwards, not very far. Forwards and backwards will be a full splits. The knee is limited in how far it can move. Then the ankle is on a ball. Now the ankle is not really stiff enough for the weight, but you do get decent articulation, very good articulation on there. If you want to make it stiffer, you could add a tiny layer of, I like to use PVA glue because there's a rubbery sort of finish when it dries in thin layers, or maybe nail polish around the inside of the socket, or maybe around the outside of the ball, and that'll keep it in place firmer. But very, very cool looking sort of fish sort of mechas indeed. Now I'm just going to pause this and quickly see if we can hold one of these really cool little guns I've got. So when you come back in a second, do stay tuned. It's a small handle, but just about grip this water gun. The Super Soaker. Fish with a Super Soaker. Looks pretty cool. I do quite like that. Okay, but I've got plans for these little cool guns here. I think I've got about 20 of them maybe. I bought 10 and the people sent me 10 more afterwards. I was a bit confused. So yeah, the ankles are just a bit loose, I find, for the weight. These are just so cool, and these are going to be part of my larger fish army. Like, what? Yep. So let's get a look at size. They're not tall. So, size-wise, to the top of the actual mech, you're looking at about 8 cm approximately, to the very, very top. So yeah, they're going to be part of my larger aquatic, no, I'll say fish army. So if I move them apart slightly, and if I just zoom out, there's lots of noise. Oops, wrong way. Lots of noise here today. Kids playing outside. There's some building work going opposite my apartment. It's like, really, why today? Why doing it? I'll make a video. So here's the shark one. That's also number 57. Again, he suffers from loose ankle joints. He is much bigger, you can see. He's got those, what are they called now? Those sort of thruster engine sort of hand things going on there. I haven't made any of them yet. The alternate hands for making gripping and whatnot, and the actual little, I guess, missiles to go on the side of his thrusters there. Limited parts set. I'll do it in the future. I've got 2 more of the shark ones to make. I only made 1 so far. But also for my little fish army, I've also got the Leviathan from Fortnite, the little fish in like the man's body, the little fishbowl head. But check out these from Fortnite too. I've got like 20 of these little fish guys. Get a focus. Which come with guns. The only thing I've got to sort out is their feet so I can stand up. But that'd be like the most numerous of my little fish army men. They will be eventually, and I'll get to customize. What I'll do is I'll make feet for them so I can stand up, and I'll cut off the arms and pin them so they can turn around as well, so that their guns can shoot forwards. And plus with my Leviathan or Leviathans, the 1/18 scale sort of man action figure with a fish bowl head, I have a nice little fish force going on. Very, very cool. I do love number 57. If I was to collect one thing only, it probably would be the number 57. You know, I love 1/18 scale more than anything for toys. I think these are so engineered, the variety is great, and there's so much character in them. And you can get them from Joy Toy World or Cool Toys Club. I'll put a link in the top right. Also, there'll be a link links in the video description below, so it is worth checking out so you can get discounts as well. They should be available there now, I think, if not very, very soon. Okay, so Awesome Toys signing out, and please like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon, link in the video description below, and I'll see you next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.